good? This is Diamond Cup Media. I'm your host, Premium. Today we got a special guest in the building.
What's going on?
What's going on? Introduce yourself. What's your name, bro? What's going on?
Q Rich from the South Bronx.
Q Rich. Q Rich.
What's the word?
What's good, man? How's everything?
Everything good. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm healthy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now you got a new project on the way.
Fact.
Before we get into that, I want you to explain, where you from, why'd you start rapping, but start where you from.
From the South Bronx, 143rd Street, Patterson Projects.
Word.
More broadly, I don't know why it's called this, but it's called the Malhaven section of the Bronx. If you're unfamiliar, real close to Lincoln Hospital. Why I start rapping? That's the next question.
Yeah.
I grew up with a elderly mother, so she listened to a lot of like classic soul music growing up. So just as a kid, playing my Sega and my Nintendos and everything, I'm constantly being exposed, to music. I think my favorite artist growing up was probably Michael Jackson. So yeah.
Okay.
Until I got a little older and started to dabble into rap. I feel like she did me dirty too, because when I was younger, like from the ages, I think from like 7 to 9, I wasn't even allowed to watch like BET. So I missed a whole generation, like I feel, but so I had to wait to go to my cousin's cribs and shit to watch videos and see what's current, what's going on.
Oh, so you got rapping.
My brothers played.
You got rapping like later. Like in terms of the culture, like you got onto it a lot later.
Yeah,
okay.
Like being in tune to it and knowing who's who and what's going on with who signed to who and who's, all that type of stuff. Like I grew up, I got older brothers. I got four. My brother recently passed 6 months ago, so I got 3 older brothers now. I grew up, they was listening to a lot of rappers being played, a lot of Big, like I knew Juicy word for word when I was like 5, like so Big. It was a lot of Snoop. My brother loved the Doggy Style album.
Fire.
It was the best Snoop album probably.
For sure.
It's hard to debate it. Anything else.
For sure.
It was a moment. It was definitely a moment in hip hop for sure. Like NWA was around and they, the West was the West, but I feel like Snoop took it to another level.
There's actually, it's funny you say that. That's a good quote that Complex had about it. They was just saying how like basically Snoop changed the way that Hove and Biggie rapped and inspired them, not directly, but indirectly, because it was the first time in, hip hop that we seen lines breathe. In the sense of everybody used to rap a lot fast.
Like the way how Hove used to rap.
Exactly. Like Big Daddy Kane raps like that. He doesn't let a lot of lines breathe. But Snoop on that album changed that. He changed the way hip hop kind of did that. I think
the way I would describe, because like if you remember later on in Snoop's career, he started to implement like the whole pimp persona. I feel like he put pimp on it. Like like how you said, it's slower, it's more deliberate, the spaces. He's like, a pimp don't talk fast.
Right.
So that's how I always looked at it. Like he always was talk. He had that pimp vibe to how he spoke and how he delivered his bars. Yeah,
no, I agree 100%. So when did you start rapping?
I probably maybe scribbled my first rhymes maybe in middle school.
Okay.
Maybe like 12, somewhere between 11 and 13.
Did you understand like what you was writing, or did you just know like, yo, this is dope and I really enjoy this?
I did actually, because before I started writing my own, right?
Okay.
At the time, Beg for Mercy had came out, G-Unit album.
Yeah.
And I went home, I got the album, bootleg, unfortunately.
Like most of us at that time, LimeWire, we was just talking about that.
I bought my shit from the Africans.
Oh, you got it on the corner store.
Yeah. So I remember when I got back to the crib, I listened to that shit. I think it came out maybe end of the week, so I had the whole weekend to sit with it.
Yeah.
My favorite rapper ended up being Banks. So his song Smile was on the project.
Right.
I knew that shit word for word, right? Like from that weekend. So I came and I gassed niggas at school like, yo, I just wrote some fire. And I wrote Smile. I wrote the whole song.
Like you word for word wrote this shit?
I wrote his song. I wrote Banks' words out.
Yeah.
Spit it. Niggas was like, yo, this nigga's nice. Like, so it was, niggas went with it. But, I told niggas the truth later on or whatever. But I think that kind of set the foundation for like, just that feeling you get from when people are paying attention to what you're saying and you getting those reactions. Like, I think that kind of like played a big role in the style of rap that I produce, you could say, because it's more aimed towards like saying shit that really stand out, like saying shit that sometimes you gotta rewind it back and, you know, all the double entendres and the triple entendres and the synonyms and all of that shit. So
you have fun writing that?
What, writing bank shit? You mean?
No. Writing like in general with double entendres, like making your raps real difficult, but making it fun for people to try to figure out.
It's a challenge. I mean, it's like walking a tightrope these days, because I feel like if you give them too, like, you got to spoon feed them now. Like,
right.
You can't, like, niggas are dead tune you out. Like, attention spans are so short, and it's not even just everybody. Like, I feel like my attention span is short, especially coming off of quarantine and everything, and just the way that we receive content now. Like, I don't even have cable no more. Like, I got YouTube TV, I stream it. So it's like, I don't even watch that shit, even like YouTube TV. I be more so on YouTube. It just feels better, I think, to just have more control over what content you're consuming. Yeah. Because if you sit, like when COVID first started, sitting in front of the news, if you sat there and just ate all that shit up like that should have drive you insane. Yeah. So like, I like to have more control of it. I notice I can't sit with a lot of shit too long, so I can't even put a lot of blame on people. I think it's a result of just where society is overall, not just music.
How do you think, like, so being said that, how do you get people to digest your bars? In the sense of when you're writing, how do you make sure you're not too lyrical?
There's times when I actually have to really go back as I'm, you know, reciting it and getting familiar with the bars and shit. Sometimes I have to go back and really talk to myself and say, niggas is not gonna catch this. Like, it's gonna go over niggas' heads. Sometimes you really have to like dumb it down, like just for this. I don't want to say to make a radio song, but to make something more friendly to the ear, something that can be played at parties and clubs that people that had a drink or two, they could vibe to, even if they don't know the words to it. I feel like it's a fine balance, and once you find that balance, you could, on those type of songs, you could sprinkle a little bit on it. Yeah. Like there's a song on the project with Remo the Hitmaker. That song is tailor made for females in the spot, feeling good, you know. But at the same time, I try to at least maintain some of my lyrical integrity at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't want to ever get on a song and put something forth that I feel like is not an appropriate representation of what I'm basically packaging and distributing to the public.
Right. No, I definitely see where you're going with that. Is it something that you definitely feel that like you are afraid that you'll lose, or is that something you want to keep with you for the rest of your career?
What, the
ability to be lyrical and making sure that...
I don't think it's something that ever could... I mean, as long as you continue to produce music and write, your pen's gonna stay sharp. It's just like anything else. If you play ball every day, if you putting up 1,000 jump shots, your shit gonna improve. So as long as I continue to work, that's never gonna, like, you know, happen. Like if I take a break, you know, I'll be rusty like anybody else. But you know, it'll just take a matter of time to just knock rust off. But I don't think that should ever leave. I think it's just a matter of keeping my ear to like where music is. And even for example, right, I know I sent you over a few tracks to check out of the project. There's a song, it's not done yet, I'm waiting on a verse, and you've seen where I've posted before about the whole, is everybody tired of drill music yet? Yeah. So even with that, I got a track that I'm gonna have on a project that's gonna be not a drill song,
but it's gonna have that drill beat.
A drill, specifically that Bronx drill. You know what I mean? Because like we've been had Brooklyn drill, Chicago drill, but the Bronx put that classic R&B touch to it. Those samples, like it almost makes drill feel new again, even though it's really not. But I took one of those. I don't know if I should tell you what it is. It's
hard. Go ahead.
It's hard.
Like when you say that, right? Like is it? So it's a drill beat, but it's a set. You don't want to tell me
it's not a drill. It's not a drill song. I don't say op one time. I don't say no. But I do say op. I say op. I don't say grr. I don't say none of that stupid shit. Nah, it ain't none of that. I don't do. It's a song about. I'll give you the concept of the song. The song is about just being a nigga that's moving around. You outside, you know, you get into a bag or whatever, and you going in these clubs and shit, and strip clubs specifically. These girls be having one thing on their mind. So, you know, the same way they'd like to say we got one thing on our mind. I mean, it's a fair exchange then if you want, you know, look at it that way. They be looking for the niggas with the bread. So that's really the concept of like, I know what you about. Like, you telling me you like me, but you feel me? I know what this is really all about at the end of the day. So that's the concept of the track.
Okay. That's what's up. And it don't got a sample on it though. It's just
all right, fuck. I'm just giving you the sample. Yeah, the sample that was good. That was good. You got it out.
We practice.
The sample was Monica and Brandy. The Boy Is Mine. And I'm doing it with one of my mans, so it's like we both going.
Okay.
Give our kind of. I guess I want to call it a drill take on that because it's not a drill song by any means. Let me not even say that because I don't know what he gonna say in his verse yet.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's funny you say that because me and T was just talking about. I was like, I don't feel like there is a lyrical rap. Like when these beats start becoming popular, because they're not.
No, I think they are.
You think they? I don't think they're taking over the drill circuit yet. In the sense of drill beats, like people like K Flock hasn't got on them. Beat like we said, B Love did get on it with the single he just had, but that was probably the only one that really like popped.
No, he had two.
What
maybe it's because him specifically. I mean, I can't speak on where nobody from. He's from a block close to my block.
Right.
But, you know, the streets talk, whatever. It's not my business. I could care less. Yeah. But that block that they had a video, he sampled Wayne Wonder first. No Letting Go. I forgot the name of the song. Fuck. I can't remember the name of it, but he did a song where he sampled that Wayne Wonder No Letting Go song. And then after that, they sampled the Mary Everything. So it just made sense. I felt like it was I felt like it was called for. Like I felt like I feel like I would have did a disservice to the public if I did. You know what I mean? Like because at the same time it's about grabbing as many fans as you can. Because if there's a whole demographic of people out there that only like rap music on those type of beats, so. You know, why not feed everybody and see who bite? I mean, throw more lines out, see how many fish you catch.
And I think that's the perfect thing to do when you can write. And I think a lot of people haven't jumped on that can really write. And I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see with these Bronx drill beats and them adding all these samples, are we going to get more lyrical rappers who want to jump on those drill beats now?
Oh, I already did it.
That's what I'm saying. You feel me? So that
nobody steal my shit neither. That just fucking stealing shit.
I'm super interested to see how that works out for sure. That's gonna be crazy. So next thing, now when we talk about culture, right? And I think you seem to be super heavily just having the conversation that we had before we got on this.
Facts, you dropped a lot of jewels, but
off camera. That's the crazy part. But we had a lot of conversations. Oh, well, we've had a few conversations today, and then even going into what we just had right now, you seem to be super heavily influencing the culture, and you want it to be not a specific way, but you see a direction that it's heading that you sometimes, and I see it on your Instagram, and you necessarily be like, that's not, I don't like that per se. Where do you think the culture is going, and how do you think you influence that?
I think the culture, culture is bigger than music.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if we talking just
hip hop,
the music, where the music is going and where it's at, I mean, I'm never going, you know, be opposed to anybody doing something that's putting them in position to better themselves or their lives or their families and change their circumstances. Like I'm all for that. You know, the plate seems like it's gotten bigger.
Right.
So I think just naturally, if you got a plate that got 3 things to choose from on it, those 3 things are gonna, you know, they're gonna more people are gonna pick at them. But if you got a bigger plate and more things to choose from, it may take a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It may not be the same shit for everybody. So it's just like with the new wave that they got going on. I think also it's something that a lot of younger guys or not just guys and girls, aspiring artists, the drill shit is I feel like it's easier to get into because it's kind of like the framework is laid out. Like it's the 9 out of 10 drill songs got the same concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same words recycled. It's the same cadences. It's the same flows. And not many people are doing much to like really make themselves stand out in terms of people who are doing that. But I mean, actually, I heard somebody do something. Vado had a song like last year called Checkmate.
It was a drill song?
It was on a drill beat with East and Jim.
Okay. I gotta check it out. I haven't heard it.
Okay. They did it to a drill beat. I remember that shit came out like September, October. So I remember I was in Atlanta when it came out and I was listening to it. Yeah, they did something a while back, but he's like the only person. I feel like Don Q did a drill song with B Love too.
Really?
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
I think he did. So niggas,
Actually, I know what you're talking about. He did. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Niggas is on like a couple. Niggas are smart. Niggas ain't dumb. You know? Just because you could rap don't mean you can't make a drill song.
No, I 100% agree. I think there's a lot of people I personally like the beats. The beats is hard. Like, and I think they hit. I would love to see Meek on it. I think he would go crazy on the drill beat. Just his energy and flow, the way he delivers really well.
If he delivers like one of those, I call them like his playful flows, like where he's more bouncing around, like really having fun with it, like when he's talking about more serious content, it's a little different. But that type of flow, I think it could work. It just got to be the right one. But I think it's moving the culture in a positive direction. I just feel like the attention and the spotlight that is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna scratch that whole thought because it's a bunch of lyrical niggas that's still doing their thing in the culture and move. You got Griselda, you know, you still got East, you got MA. Jim would be considered lyrical now. Jim came a long way. Jim is nice now.
Definitely worth on the game.
Fab is in my top 5. He's still relevant. Kiss we just saw Kiss just fucking
J. Cole
had a
just
resurgence.
Dropped. I love Cole. Kendrick's about to drop. That's gonna go crazy.
Right.
Like
he dropping this year?
I believe so. He's dropping this year, 2022. No, 2020. Yeah, 2022. I'm bugging. I think it's 2021 still. But yeah, he's dropping this year. I
think it's positive though. The effect it is going. And I think the last piece of the question was, how do I plan to impact it or change it? I just think just to change continue to change the narrative the way the other lyricists that is Banks, my favorite rapper. Banks just put a project out independently and the shit was
crazy.
One of the top on the Billboard.
Fire.
Right. So it sold, it was fire. Just to continue to show people that lyrical rap is not dead and it actually can be enjoyable at the same time. Like, cause I get, you know, it's like we was just talking, a couple niggas didn't put out, niggas who done had good projects and they done had some not so great projects. And sometimes it's like, it's an ear sore, like it ain't enjoyable to listen to. So I get it. So I think it's just, you know, that's really my angle I'm coming from. Like I know who my demographic is. Like I know who I need to be seeking out. I know who needs to hear me.
So you don't think that demographic is dead? You think that people still want that lyricism?
How is it dead? Fab is still rich.
I'm asking. Yeah.
Fab is still rich.
I agree.
Benny's rich. Conway's rich. West Side is rich. Who else that is doing anything on the low that's like not really like super mainstream or like A1?
Nipsey died rich.
Nipsey.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nipsey would have been even super richer right now. Oh man. But RP to Nip too. Yeah, Nip is a huge influence for me too. Who else? Hove is the richest. Like, so there's definitely still a place for lyricism. It's just all about, you know, finding the listeners and knowing where to point your music at. You know what I mean? Like where to point your speaker at. Because if I go walk into a room full of country music fans, they ain't gonna want to hear nothing I'm talking about. Right. So you know, that's an extreme example. But,
definitely. I get
if I go to a drill event, my track Imagine is probably I don't know because it should, because if you really, but that's the thing too. A lot of these niggas that's doing drill music, they not really in the streets. Like they speaking on third party shit. They speaking on third party information, shit they saw they man do or they heard about, and not knowing, like I just said the other day, that you making a fucking song and putting it on a public platform for the public to see. And if you are insinuating to any extent that you have knowledge, whether it's firsthand, second, whether you did it, you have knowledge pertaining to a unsolved homicide, you are eligible to be fucking subpoenaed, indicted, and they don't have to have red-handed proof. It's conspiracy. Conspiracy doesn't have to have proof. They just have to think we think you could have did it, and you said this, so you definitely, you know what I mean? How you fight that in court?
It's funny you say that because SVU, the TV show, you know, the law, they just did a whole entire. It was like these idiots doing the job for us.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah, no, and
that's why I don't want to say I don't take it serious. I mean, but on like a street level, I don't completely take it serious. Don't get me wrong, this shit happening behind the drill music, but not all these little niggas is not K-Flock. So, you know, that's just really to sum it all up. And it's real street shit that's really going on, and that's being incited behind this shit too. Yeah. And you know, I think it's kind of fucked up that like that's where the industry or the energy is pushing, because I feel like they're disregarding the ripple effects of that shit. Like there's people, parents is losing their kids behind this shit. Like literally children, babies. I just fucking, there was a shooting last night in the Bronx. I didn't even get the whole story yet. Some shit, like 198 for some shit. 11-month-old baby guys got fucking shot in the face. So how do you like justify that?
And there's real consequence to the music that you can be putting out that could really hurt somebody. You know what I mean?